President Biden, meanwhile, is on his way to Madrid, where he plans to attend a NATO leaders summit beginning today. He's expected to push for Finland and Sweden to become full NATO members while keeping the alliance united against Vladimir Putin. Now, the meeting comes after the president met with G7 leaders in Germany, issuing a joint statement committing to fight food insecurity, fight rising energy prices, and support the reconstruction of Ukraine, as well as cooperate on climate change. I want to bring in ABC News White House correspondent MaryAlice Parks, who's traveling with the president overseas right now. She's live from Madrid. MaryAlice, good morning. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky is pushing NATO for missile defense systems to prevent Russian attacks. So what's the alliance considering in terms of new aid to Ukraine?
Yeah, Diane, this is the key question for the alliance. They're trying to figure out how to get aid to Ukraine quickly and efficiently, and where exactly that line is. How can they continue to get Ukraine big weapon systems like this without further provoking President Putin? And that is something that not all these NATO members agree on. Some want to be very careful, more cautious about just how much heavy weaponry they're sending to Ukraine, whereas others say the time is now, and they're worried. I was struck by an interesting announcement from the NATO Secretary General yesterday, where he said they would be significantly increasing NATO's own readiness posture, the number of troops that they will have ready on NATO's borders from 40,000 to 300,000. This is the kind of additional sort of support and military tactics that NATO is going to be looking at and discussing here over the next few days, Diane.
And MaryAlice, this is the first NATO summit where Indo-Pacific leaders like Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida will attend. So how significant is that?
Yeah, this is interesting. This is a big push from the White House. President Biden saying that he wants to have these global democracies present here, that he thinks it's important that they're a part of this conversation, that NATO is about standing up for democracy across the globe, and that means having close relationships with democracies, even in Far East Asia, in India. And I think that we're going to see how those countries respond to some of these conversations around standing up to the Russian government. I mean, that's part of this, too. The United States wants to have these other democracies closer to the United States to start to put a little bit of an arm's length between them and Russia. And so part of this is kind of trying to bring friends to the table and see if you can forge bigger bonds.
Now, G7 leaders say they'll take immediate action to secure energy supply and reduce price surges, including potentially using price caps. So what impact could that have?
Yeah, they're trying to figure out how to help their communities back home. Nearly all of these leaders are struggling with economic ripple effects of the war in Ukraine. I mean, gas price spikes and the growing inflation. These are things that have been made worse by the war in Russia, by the war in Ukraine, Russia's invasion of Ukraine, I should say. And so they're trying to figure out how they can both find ideas that will punish Putin, that'll make him have to pay for the cost, pay a high price for this war, but also work on those economic things. So they're trying to come up with a way to cap the price of Russian oil. This is very complicated. It is not a done deal, but the G7 leaders were working on this a lot the last few days, and I imagine it will come up again here in NATO. They're trying to see if they can leverage some of the systems they have in moving Russian oil to be able to set a price, and so that Russia can't profit so much in this moment when energy prices are so high.
And First Lady Jill Biden is also there with the president in Madrid. What role is she playing?
Yeah, she's really trying to play comforter here on the ground. It's interesting today that she went and saw refugees who have fled from Ukraine all the way here to Madrid. She wants to, again, put a human face on this war. It's so easy to talk about things like we just were, gas prices and inflation, some of the economic ramifications, and to forget the people that are at the heart of this story. Of course, people suffering in Ukraine and people that have fled their homes and are here in Madrid. So she was with them today, Diane.
All right, MaryAlice Parks in Madrid for us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.